What can voters expect as today's caucuses are just about to kick off? Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. I'm Todd Blackington. Super Tuesday is upon us. Doors to caucus locations all around the state have just opened as people file in to participate in the state's first ever Republican presidential caucus. We've got some video of the Pond Student Union Ballroom on the Idaho State University campus before organizers started letting people in. They've set up about 700 chairs for caucus goers, and the ballroom capacity stands at about 1,200. In Bonneville County, caucus goers will file into the Civic Auditorium. In Bingham County, there are actually 4 locations, and Jefferson County has a couple there too. So for the list, click on the Decision 2012 button on the homepage at kpvi.com, but you better hurry. You can register to participate at your caucus location, but you better hurry up and get there as they are expected to be busy. Now, the caucuses are supposed to start at 7. It's not expected that results will start to go to the party headquarters until about 8:30 or so. Now, in the Republican race for the White House, this is the biggest day so far. 11 states up for grabs, if you count Wyoming, and there are roughly a third of all the delegates needed for the nomination. It's a big test for Mitt Romney and for Rick Santorum, especially in the state of Ohio, and that's where we have Steve Handelsman. He is on the Super Tuesday Post. He's got a live report for us now with more. Steve?
Thanks and good evening from Columbus. As the votes are counted now on this Super Tuesday evening, and as NBC News makes its various projections, the focus remains on this state of Ohio. Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney went mano a mano, and NBC News projects at this hour that Ohio is too close to call. Mitt Romney cast his ballot late this afternoon in Massachusetts, and tonight notched his first Super Tuesday victory. NBC News projecting Romney wins Virginia and projecting that Newt Gingrich wins his home state of Georgia. But as voters cast their ballots on this Super Tuesday in 11 states, Ohio was the most watched. In this swing state, many Republicans were unenthusiastic, and most were split between the 2 leading candidates.
I voted for Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, because of his business experience.
People aren't feeling there's a strong person at all, but I think Santorum could pull it out.
Can he beat Mitt Romney in Ohio? The pressure is on Rick Santorum.
As you may know, this is a somewhat important day in my life today.
He went to Washington, spoke to the largest pro-Israel lobbying group.
Under a Santorum administration, we would find no gap between Israel and the United States.
Mitt Romney appeared via satellite, talking tough on Iran.
As president, I'll be ready to engage in diplomacy, but I will be just as ready to engage our military might.
That's a swipe at Barack Obama's caution about war with Iran, but the president had a comeback.
Good luck tonight.
Do you think that was an endorsement?
Ron Paul hopes for good luck in today's caucus states like Alaska. First and foremost, Rick Santorum needs to take Ohio to keep Mitt Romney from a Super Tuesday near sweep. 6 wins or more for Romney tonight, including, critically, a win here in the state of Ohio could finally establish Mitt Romney as the unopposed Republican frontrunner. Live from Columbus, I'm Steve Handelsman reporting. Now back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Steve Handelsman reporting in Ohio. We're going to stick with Steve right now, talk to him a little bit more about tonight's Super Tuesday results. We've got a couple of those results in, Steve. What are the scenarios tonight in which we might either see none of the candidates dropping out or maybe even just a few of those drop out of the race?
You know, Todd, I'd be surprised if any of them drop out. You know, in your state, you could have Ron Paul score some delegates. He could get delegates across the board here because the Republicans decided long ago to make these later primaries a kind of proportional. They do it in different ways, as you may have reported. You can get a piece of the general vote in a state. You can get delegates by winning a certain congressional district or by winning a certain county. But for Ron Paul and for Newt Gingrich and, of course, for Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney, each has a chance to accumulate delegates. And for different reasons, they all say they'll stay. It seems, and this is me saying this now, not Newt Gingrich, but Gingrich is the most likely to call it quits even though he says he won't, because he, unlike Ron Paul, actually wants to be the nominee. Paul has said he doesn't expect to get it, but doesn't care. He's going to keep on going to make his point about his crusade for much smaller government and less involvement in America overseas. Romney, Santorum, Gingrich, they could all stay, no matter what happens on this Super Tuesday. Todd?
And in the closing seconds, Steve, any chance for a brokered convention? It seems like that's what Paul is pushing for.
The more they stay, the more the chance. Nobody thinks it'll happen, but it becomes more possible, especially, keep your eye on this state again, if Rick Santorum is the winner in Ohio. That will give him a lot more momentum, and that'll drag the whole thing out. Santorum and Gingrich and Paul hope all the way to the convention.
All right, Steve Handelsman, thank you very much. Reporting live for us tonight in Ohio. Thanks, Steve.